Good evening, everybody. Nightcap at 9. I am your host, Lorraine LeMon. Let's begin. We're out here armadillo hunting. Yeah, we live in that kind of territory and place where, yeah, right. Let me tag my social media managers so they can start posting the links as I talk. So introducing myself, let's go to the next level. Guys, you know that this Nightcap at 9 is something that I do at, well, after 9. Which is a sign that, like I keep saying, it's just about I think we might have about another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. Then I'm going to be not doing it because I'm going to get my podcast up and running. And there's no sense of doing Nightcap at 9 at the same time I'm doing a podcast. I want you all, you ain't going to work, Miss Lorraine. So I've got to be wise with my time, my energy, and strength because radio is really popping and I really wanted to continue. And then this book thing, getting these books done is going to be, pray for me because I'm going to close up in one of my friends' cottages and log cabins or whatever, and I'm just going to get the dang things done. I'm just going to I finally got someone that's willing to do some editing with me and so forth, so that's going to make a huge difference. Because I'm doing the most horrible thing a writer can do, and that is trying to edit as they go along. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. No, it's not. You really need to just write it out, and as you write, then you just go from there. You don't try to fix it and put your all your your comments and stuff and correcting and your misspellings. When you do that, you lose the creativity. I do have that much going. I understand the concept of that. When you're doing that, you lose the creativity, and you don't want to do that. So just type it, get it out, and then you can go over it later on. And then if you take one page at a time and go over it later on, it may be helpful, but if you start changing some of the creative process, you miss the whole thing. It just messes up. Let somebody else do that whole thing. My husband always said, honey, let somebody else do what you can't do. You do the things that God has given you to do and let somebody else do that. And that's what I needed to do. So anyway, so I'm tagging people right now because my social media manager very soon will be coming on, if he's not already on, to help me with a lot of stuff. So let's get ready. Let's get going. And here we go. So, all right, there's Matthew. There's Joni. Hey, everybody, rock and roll. One other person, I want to make sure if she's on. Okay. We were out here doing armadillo. Oh, yeah, armadillo hunting, baby. That's right. I went outside just now, and I thought I saw I heard some noise by the bush. They make a really funny noise, they do. And right away, I knew it. Now that I'm thinking about it, it could have been a possum. Which one? No, I think it was an armadillo, yes. And they've been digging huge holes in our lawn, just digging. So I said, I live in Texas. We rack, stack, and pack, and we were about to go take him out. But of course, by the time he got all of our stuff together, boom, 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 he's long gone. I think he got the word up on us. Just give you again background and so forth and so on. I am finding that my Nightcap at 9, people really don't start chiming in until 9:30. Really. I'm going to have to find a rhyming word with 9:30 or 9:45. And when I start this back up again, because as it gets close to we are now in summer, we are. I do know that I'm not going to be doing this every night, but I am going to do my podcast, and you can still get it on YouTube. So, and he's already put all the links. There you go, the YouTube channel with my podcast to be on. I also am going to be on Rumble, Substack, YouTube, and of course my own website, and then the radio. See there you go. So there's all kind of ways to hear me and see what I'm doing, but I believe that between Rumble and my YouTube channel, that's where you're really going to get a chance to hear my podcast, and then the conversations about subject matters that not only matters to you, and then but also where we can send in discussions and comments like you do now. So before I begin any further, let's go to the Father in prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you that you once again have given me an opportunity. How precious, how gracious of you to allow me, who, Lord God, as you sit high, looks low, you see the stupidity of mankind, include me as well. And you still love us in the midst of our mess. I thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen, amen. Precursor, up front, I'm not a religious person. Say it once, I say it over and again. Let me tag some more people while I'm talking. I'm not a religious person. No, I'm not. However, yes, I am a Christian. Yes, I go to church. Yes, I love the Lord. Yes, I've been, speaking tongues and baptized and all those things. Yes, I've been there, still there. Not ever going to let go of there. These are the things that God has set us up for this time. I'm a firm believer that out of all the times you could have been born, you have to kind of think that the Father had something in his mind for you to be born for the crazy times like this. And so with that in mind, if he, out of all the times could have had you be born in different countries to be born in, said that he wanted you to be born now, you have to kind of think, why you, why here, why now? That's because the Father has a purpose. I was talking earlier to someone about this concept where it says many are called, but few are chosen. Well, and I said, well, that's not too tight. That's kind of tight, Father. Why would you call somebody and they say, oh, you're just standing there. I'm not going to choose you. And I heard this ever so clearly, and it made a lot of sense. He said, because first of all, it's the way they answer, and some don't answer at all. Hear me. Hear what Miss Lorraine is saying. The way they answer, for instance, like all of us have different callings and gifts in our life. And so God is saying, okay, I want to take that calling. I want to take that gift I planted on the inside of you. I want you to make sure you go. And you're going to work with kids in Mozambique. Or you're going to work with the elderly up in the hood. And you just go, well, you know what? That's a wonderful thing. But I think I'm going to work with the elderly right here in my neighborhood. Or I'm going to do something else with this kid. I'm going to make brownies. And then I'll drop them off. And so it's a compromising. I heard a girl say one time, me and the Lord has made a deal. I like, Lord Jesus, let me get away from her in case this is the time that lightning bolt is coming down, that it will not make a mistake and will not get me. Oh, Lord, please, 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 please. Because you cannot make deals. I don't understand people that think they can make deals with God. I don't know where that comes from. You can't make a deal with God. Hello? I mean, the stupidity of mankind to think that's why we become gods to our own self. You really can't. You can't make a deal with God. I don't get that. I really don't. When people says, me and God have an understanding. Huh? You and God, we got an understanding. I heard a lady say that to me. Of course, let me think. She's pretty much to do well off. She doesn't have to really want for anything. And her life has gone pretty well. She's above middle income. So right now she has not had to ask for God. But there are ways. She now has children who are going off to college, who are going to meet other people. And stuff happens, doesn't it? Then we have to call on God. But her anger with God is so incensed that she lost her baby and was so mad at God about this that she walked away and says, okay, I'm coming back, but this is the way I'm going to come back. You can't make that kind of deal with God. Well, me and God has an understanding. Anybody you standing next to, and they make that comment to you that them and God have an understanding, you need to run. Woo, baby. Because it don't work like that. So, and normally, guys, as I said, you can get a chance. You can look at all of the different stuff that I do by looking at my website. He put the link there. YouTube channel, he put the link there. Twitter handle, he put the link there. And don't forget, You already got this for the Facebook, that's for sure. But don't forget the Hill Country Patriot Radio. Ooh, that's a really big one. That's a really big one. And I'm a wild woman on that radio. I'm not going to apologize. As I've told you before, don't apologize. If you ever apologize to the woke crew, you're done. You're done. Yeah, but I just thought it'd be the nice. Listen, whenever you apologize to the woke team, the woke crew, you are done. Just ask the Blue Jays guy for the baseball, making the apology, making the statement, which was nice. You know, I feel that this transgender, blah, blah, all of this stuff, you know, God knows what he did, and he made the statement that, you know, just keep it away from our children. Oh, no, he didn't. And so, boom, next thing you know, they have him written up. The next thing you know, his ball team is calling him to the side. The next thing you know, he apologizes. Oh, good, that should make it better. Hell to the no 17 times. Then they take him out of the game. They don't let him play. That's how they roll. So many are called, but few are chosen. That's because people either don't show up or they choose to show up the way they want. We're going to play the ball like this, God. You can't make no deals with God. That don't work. So let's look at these are my crazy notes that I make at the radio station. Thank God I'm getting more together. I'm typing my data and my information up a little bit better. And I do a lot with what I say. I call it the GARDIS. You ever heard of that? Which is the GARDIS is G for guns. Let me do it. G for guns, A for abortion, R for race and religion, D for drugs, and I for immigration, and S for sex scandals in schools. So GARDIS, the GARDIS. And I use the GARDIS as a way to keep my little brain on task. Oh yeah, because I'll just go on these little boom, boom, boom. Today on our radio show, again, I do my funny and my theories. And using my funny, I get theories really when they just think we're so damn stupid. I'm tired of that. I really am just so tired of that. Anytime you can get a president to campaign from the basement and win, and then his cognitive development is declining so fast, it's almost like a dried up, a fruit right before your eyes. And then to have the audacity and the nerve to do it again. And he thinks you and I, Mr. and Mrs. America, is stupid enough to let him do it again. Stupid is and stupid does. And I'm been tired of doing the does. So I don't want to be the stupid is, and I don't want to be the stupid does. And you don't either. I know you don't. So the I do my funny. My funny today was the NAACP has declared, it declared Florida as an unsafe place to travel for black people, people of color, trans people, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So all the black people that's been living there for forever and a day, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're supposed to leave, move, what? I'm so glad that black people spoke out and says, hey, that ain't true. I've been here in Florida all my damn life. I've been here all. They spoke out. They were very clear about that. I'm glad they were. That's not true. So now the NAACP has declared a travel ban warning for Louisiana. Oh, my word. Louisiana. Now, could it be because the guns and the shooting and the killings and the stabbings that are going on in the black community in the New Orleans area in certain districts? Could it be that? No. Could it be the fact that drugs are killing black people like unbelievable white, pink, polka dot stripe? No. No. It's because someone in power, someone that is Republican, has said, hell to the no 17 times, you're not going to be doing so-and-so, so-and-so. We're not going to teach critical race theory. We're not going to make a hero out of George Floyd. And they have spoke out and said something, or they put somebody in jail or whatever, and they no longer let to do the catch and release thing work. You can do something stupid and done. We take you to jail, but we're going to release you. We really don't even, give you good hot. If you stay overnight, you get meal, right? So it is now considered that. Well, here's my response and my rebuttal to the NAACP, which was founded by a white woman. Let's go there. Until you stop giving Your huge conferences where it is in the millions. Every time you do your conferences in cities and places and hotels rather, that do not give back to the damn community that you're taking from, until you start putting money that way, then maybe you might have something to say. And that is only the small point. The big point, if you want to do travel ban warning, you better go to Chicago. You better go to New York. That's where you need to go, where they are taking out black people like flies. That's what you need to do. Yeah, you're right. They're not going to renew my membership. Joking, I never had one. So that's a travel ban warning. There's a little Texas news. It seems like this Texas state transportation and driving license, whatever, is no longer going to require inspection. They're going to incorporate it all into the yearly cost when you get your tags and all this other stuff. It's just from the time you get your car, buy everything, it's going to be right in there. They're not going to require for you pay to get an inspection. So I don't know how. I mean, the cars do need to be inspected. So I don't know how they're going to work. I guess you pay for it up front, and then they give you a list of dealers to go get it done, and you take the code there. Oh, well, whatever. School board meetings, guys. Let me tell you, you key the word school board meeting in to your Google, and you get your popcorn out, get your soda, get what you need, your pop, what you need to drink. That's right, because it is a wild thing going on. Honey, at the school board meetings, parents are saying, no. I've been talking about the collective no. I take a topic and I go on it for the whole week. This is my last day on the collective no. The collective no means whether you brown, pink, polka dot, stripe, yellow, in between, gay, straight, whatever, you're going to start saying no. All of us together, the collective no. The collective no says, okay, I'm black, I'm pink, I'm polka dot, I'm gay, I'm straight, but no, I'm not wearing a damn mask. The collective no means I'm black, I'm pink, I'm polka dot, I'm yellow, I'm brown, I'm gray, straight, whatever. No, you're not going to give me that damn vaccine. I'm not taking it. That's the collective no. The collective no sits in on council meetings when they're trying to shove critical race theory, gender dysphoria, sex mutilation down your children and your schools' throat. The collective no shows up. Nobody gives a hallelujah about the collective no. Are you Democrat? Okay, then I'll agree with you. Are you Republican? Nobody cares about that. Right then and there, the collective no said, this thing right here, I care about, we all care about, no. It's the only way this is going to work, guys. I'm telling you. Mr. Rain been around for a while. I've been around for a while. I know what I've been seeing. It's going to take the collective no. You don't have to, I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care if you don't like DeSantis. I don't care who you do and don't like. I'm saying, I'm hoping that you are an American and not an Americanist. Being an American, the collective no said no. The Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, those things that our founding fathers built this country upon, we all agree on. Yeah, we do. I say it once, I'll say it a million times. If you looked at the platform, let's just say 50 years ago, or in the early 50s, or late 50s rather than early 60s, of the Democratic Party, what they believed in. Wow. Point. I like that. Point. But wait a minute. This is not the, no. This is the Republican Party, isn't it? No. You would read what the platforms that those people, liberals, stood for and Democrats stood for years and years ago, you would be shocked. Because you would not believe it was the Democratic Party. This is why your mama, my paw, your me, ma, that's right, yeah, your abuelo, they're all rolling in the graves right now because what they died and fought for, this is not the representation of it. Not at all. So when you're at the gas pump and I'm at the gas pump and we're all sitting there, you notice we used to talk and play around. We don't do that no more. Everybody's like getting their gas. Everybody looking at each other. That's right. Yeah. You don't see what I see. Okay. Yes, I'm not talk. Right. When they're doing that, did you see a pump for the Republicans? Do you see a pump for the Democrats? Do you see a pump for the gay strays and LGBT? No, you don't. You don't. We're all in the same frog pot born together. So Miss Lorraine has come up with the phrase, the collective no. Hell no. It has come up with that phrase because we have now got to be able, we got to say no. 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 Why? I don't have to tell you why, other than it's my right to speak, my right to say what goes in my body, my right to send my kids to a school where they're not going to be sexification of a nation, my right. No. No. Why? It doesn't have, no. And when enough of us are saying no, the collective no resounds and gets bigger and bigger. So school board meetings, if you key the word school board meeting into your Google or whatever, your search engine, you're going to get ready, get the popcorn out, get ready to be entertained. But the beauty of what I like is, guess what? The fathers. Yeah, baby. I've been saying that for a long time. You can't make America great again until you make men again. The dads, they're outside. They're saying, no, leave our children alone. No, leave our babies alone. That's right. That sounds like a woman's march, doesn't it? Their protest. My body, my choice. Right. Give me a break. Men are saying no. Collective no is what's going to resound. What is this country coming to? We're going to lose America. The collective no. Guys, you don't need to get your little banner protest. No. If you want to, okay. Just to show up. As God told me once, he says, you show up and I'll show out. Just be there. We have to say no. That's where we're going. Okay, so school board meetings, we'll talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to get into the Trumpalooya. Somebody gave me a new word, Trumpalooya. The whole thing with the indictment, the whole thing, the 79-year-old virgin, please. This off the floor just a second. So, but I'll get to Trumpalooya in a minute. But I like what this one congressman, let me see if I've got it. He said to a newspaper reporter, and he says to her, she's been appointed the first. Let me get it right. She's been appointed the first in equity and inclusion. Let me get it right. Equity and inclusion, whatever, in the Senate or whatever. Over it. So she makes sure there's enough blacks over here, enough whites in here, in all the various departments. So she's been given this newly created position. So he was coming out and he said to her, he says, can you tell me, am I white? After a long pause, she told this representative, which was Republican, she said she'd have to ask him how he characterizes himself before she was, because she was unsure. Now, he's just Anglo as he can be. Then, and he says, that's exactly right. I would have to tell you not just how I characterize myself, but what I am. But I am asking you, do you know if I'm white? After that, he asked if he was, well then, am I half black? Am I Latino? Am I Asian Pacific Islander or brown? To which then this equity inclusion, whatever, position person responded saying, I don't know. And he pointed out the obvious when considering someone for a job. You don't know. He says, which only a person's qualifications and the character should be involved, but not their race. What does that have to do with it? Boy, did he give her a slap, a whapper, a flap, a flapper. Oh, baby. So this whole equity inclusion, we look at Target, we look at Dick's Sporting Goods, we look at, and by the way, I hate to say this, Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays, how we backed you. Chick-fil-A, how we got behind you. Yeah, we did. Chick-fil-A, how we said, that's right, we applaud you. They made more money when they said they're going to be closed on Sunday. And the radical left got behind them and said, this, your religion, we're not going to buy anything. We doubled the lines. You couldn't even get down the streets of Chick-fil-A's in some of the cities around this country. And to this day, it's a long line. But then in 2019, Chick-fil-A announced they were no longer going to give the huge, I don't know, 20, 30,000. They give a big popping check to the nonprofit Salvation Army. Now, know you that Chick-fil-A is founded on, I forgot the first names, but the last name is Kathy with the C. Husband and wife, the seniors probably no longer working or whatever. They're just, someone's at home probably taking care of them. I wouldn't be surprised. They were religious people. They're Christian people. But when I saw, and I heard about the video, but I didn't see it. This just gives you an idea how things work. In 2019, when they stopped giving the money to Salvation Army, someone said, because Salvation Army said they were not going to hire LGBTQ, EFG, whatever. And so next thing you know, they get a letter from Chick-fil-A. They're not going to get the money. And I write a letter to Chick-fil-A, to the Cathys. And I told them, I says, forgot their first names, whatever. But see, we were so, as I reflect back, and I could probably get the letter because I did keep it. As I reflect back, you really restored the morale of our country when you stood by your guns. You're Christian, your faith and your beliefs said you would not be open on Sundays. The whole nation got in cars, rallied around, filled the driveways, the streets, police in some places had to direct traffic. We got behind you 100%. But now you've chosen not to honor another Christian organization. And you say you're doing it because you want to spread the money around to other nonprofits. When in an event, actually, what happened was we found out that everybody knew that it was a big case that the LGBTQ whatever was having, that Chick-fil-A was not hiring gay people or giving them benefits. How about that? As husband and wife. That's what it was, yes. I says, let me caution you. If you're doing this because of that, to appease them, they will never be satisfied. They will never be satisfied. And may I caution you further, a little leaven is going to leaven the whole lump. And eventually, you wish you had never even made the change. Well, they responded, we're just trying to spread our money out. Thank you for your opinion. Blah, blah, blah. 2019. This is 2023. That leaven, like in yeast, has leavened that lump. Now Chick-fil-A is taking another stand. They're not only hiring lesbian, gays, whatever. They have come up with a slogan. We're going to do this together. And then they change it. We're better at it together. We're better together at it, whatever. Some kind of a Kamala Harris word salad. Give me a break. So I am going to send them. I've already emailed them a little something with a copy. Booyah. See, I told you. A little leaven it the whole lump. And it's going to get worse. I think they got a gay person on their board in 2000 something. I don't know what it was, very early. And from that point, it spiraled down. Same way they did Disney. So let me go back to the list of names again. So the woke, we have Disney, we have Target, we have Chick-fil-A. And Chick-fil-A, by the way, you might as well open up on Sundays. Just, baby, you on your way down the drain. We got Target, Chick-fil-A, we got Disney, we've got Dick's Sporting Supply, I have a whole list of them, but they slowly have all gone woke, and they're going wokeness. The Bud Light. I'm so glad a lot of these country stars says we ain't buying your damn beer no more. No, they're not. Slap, your beer wasn't all that great to begin with. I'm not a beer drinker, but it wasn't all that no way. So then you've got the Dodgers. the baseball team allowed the Sisters of Indulgence to show up that's trans with with all kind of breast implants, putting and body exposure, putting a nun's outfit on, a habit, and instead of saying born again, they're saying porn again, just flapping Christianity, being blatant. First they said, the Dodgers says, when they invited them. And then when they found out what they were going to do, it says they disinvited him. And then this is the worst thing you could do with the woke movement. They changed their mind again, and they invited him. How disgraceful was it for our president to not only invite this Rose Montoya, who is a trans, invited her for the Celebrate the Rainbow. And when he invited her for the Celebrate the Rainbow, she shows up, and on the front lawn, what does she do? She opens up her chest and opens up his chest and exposes his breast transplanted in him. Yes, he does. Nothing is said about that. But you let me, you, Christians, stand up and talk about God. How about the fact that they told a choir, a children's choir, that was visiting the White House, stood in front of the Lincoln Memorial and was, what? Singing the national anthem. Not no hip-hop, bay, you be, you, oh, you. No. No. Nothing vulgar. No. Told the director that those kids could not sing and they had to move along. When asked why, he said because this is considered a demonstration. Coming to a neighborhood near you. In that little group of 30, 40 kids, or however it was, there were Democrats, gays, strays in between. Hear me? Listen to Miss Lorraine. The collective no has to resign. Every one of those parents should write a letter to their representatives. Every one of those parents should make a video even in a collective group and says, hell no. How dare you? We send our kids to school to participate in extracurricular activities. Some don't do sports, they do choir. These are a group of kids that are doing the choir. This is a field trip of a lifetime. They will never forget this. And yea, the enemy might even use it against us. They move those kids along. You should have saw their little faces. Now see, this is when my funny becomes a furious. Because let me tell you something, you can just do about anything you want to do to me and some of these old scaly behind people out here. Okay, I got that, I'm all right. But I do not like it. I do not like it when they do it to children. I don't. I get incensed inside. I really do. I don't like it. I don't like it. 5 to 8 states now. If your child wants to have the whole mutilation and castration, whatever, if they can get to that state, and there are companies that's going to pay for that now, if they can get to that state and declare themselves an immunity from the parent, all that will be needed from the parent is a letter releasing them. And you would be a total jackass if you would release them. You should stand up. So they're making it a place where they can go like a sanctuary states to go get mutilated. Guys, collective no. A collective no. It has to happen. Well, all right, well, we know, I mean, whoever we get for president, they just gonna fix it. No. You, America, you, Mr. and Mrs. America, you have to stand and say no. Yes, it's vitally important that you put people in office that represent your views, your values, and your policies. Yes, it's important. As I said, if I would read the platform of the Democratic Party in the early 50s, late 60s, you would not even believe that was a Democratic Party. You would think that was some other kind of party, maybe even a Republican Party. You wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they flipped and changed so radically. The Democratic Party has been hijacked by the lunacy left. There's no doubt in my mind. And they don't know how to get it back. Are all Republicans good guys? Hell no. Are all Democrats bad guys? Hell no. There's good and bad on both sides. When Trump said that, they were all upset with him. Well, there's good and bad on both sides. Whoa, wait a minute. That's a racial group that's coming in and doing some things that white supremacists. And you say they're good, but it is putting bad people on both sides. It really is. Wrong thinking, but it is. But it is right now. You need to know that. There's good and bad people on both party sides. It left up to this government and this administration. The whole point is they're pushing is for one party. I'm telling you. Now, Miss Lorraine could be wrong. I call it the 6 easy steps: how to communize and socialize a nation, or how to. And then on the other one is my topic is called the attempted assassination of the American spirit. The attempted assassination of the American spirit. Because if you can wound the spirit of a man, the Word of God speaks about that. Then you got the man. He's at down, going down. There are people that will be on their last leg and they crawl across like chariots of fire in movies, and they were about to win that race. They're losing, and they're falling down. They will crawl across that finish line on all fours. The way to take a man down is to wound the spirit of a man. And I call it the attempted assassination of the American spirit. Why do you say that, Miss Lorraine? The whole sexification of a nation has nothing to do because America's so damn hot. It has nothing to do with that. It has absolutely, positively nothing to do with that. No, it does not. Yeah, it doesn't. John Money Alfred Kinsey, like I said, early 60s, they came up with the idea and the concept that if you could take and infiltrate the minds of young people concerning their sex and what they want to become and what they want to be before we label anything to them, regardless of the organs and the gender that they came out to be, you could literally control a nation. They themselves were pedophiles, at least one of them, and they were Marxists. They are now rolling in their graves, but they're applauding because that's what's happening right now. The multi-million-dollar industry of abortion, the amount of black people at the top of the list, so don't say nothing to me, please. We killed enough black babies to have 2 or 3 nations of our own. Yes, we have. I believe abortion is a part of that imploding America from the inside out. Depopulating. The guns, the mass shooting, boom. The abortion, boom. The castration, constantly, the mutilation of the genital organs where they can't produce because these kids get this done. Now they got lawsuits. Kids that are 18 and 19 saying, Mama, Daddy, what were you thinking to allow me to make that decision? How the hell are you going to tell me to take away the sexuality so that I could be something else when I couldn't even legally have sex? Lawsuits. Good. I'm glad. Should happen. All of this. They say the earth is too big with too many people. They want to 80 billion, 8 billion, they want to bring it down to 2. How are they going to do it? Are they going to kill you all? Like boom, boom, boom. Oh, no. No. You see, because when I say the guard is G for guns, boom, boom, boom. When I say A for abortion, boom, boom, boom. When I say, remember, R for race and religion, exactly. Divide you, keep you dividing and fighting, keep you dividing, fighting, keep you dividing, fighting, yes. Exactly. And then when I say D for drugs, enough fentanyl has crossed this border, they said, in some, just 1 or 2 pickups to kill every American 3 times. Wait, they want, no. So from the inside out, when you want to have a country and invade a country and take over a country, but you want everything to stay intact. You don't want to go boom because you want the land. You don't want to go boom because you want the economy. You want what they have going. Yeah, you want that. So then you pick it and you go in from the middle and you implode it from the inside out. You poison its very concentrical veins on the inside of it. Yeah. You socially castrate the male species. Look at the commercials. I saw it. I really noticed it a little bit before pandemic. I told people, pandemic. The damn it. Plandemic. I noticed it because I like marketing. That's where I retired from in a large corporation. I said, I'm noticing that the commercials, the men look to be dorks. They seem to be like putting them further to the back. Oh, honey, did you open that? That was not detergent. Honey, you just put a bottle of clear so-and-so. Good for your health, right? It's even worse now. You know, a lot of people are often saying, you know, that you should impeach Joe Biden. Look at what he's done to this country. I'm going to go at it another route, guys. I don't think he should be impeached. I think he should be tried for treason. Yeah. I had the definition of Californians, and I use theirs because they're so liberal, of what treason is. And bottom line is saying aiding and abetting another country to take down your own. Mm-hmm. Billions of dollars to Ukraine and billions of dollars. When nothing on my sleeve over here, nothing over here. Whenever they're doing like this, look at Trump. Don't forget 79-year-old virgin. Don't forget, you know, the woman he on the airplane. What did you? And while they're doing that over here, while they got you over there, they're over here doing something else. That's how that whole election went. No way he would have even won. You and I both knew it. If you knew he had that situation with Hunter Biden's laptop, which now there was no laptop. Started off, that's a lie. There was no laptop. Okay, now there is a laptop. Okay, there's nothing on the laptop. That's all. Okay, now there is something on that. Okay, so now here we are. Now we got to the point. We found it. It does exist. Crap is on it. Lying, cheating, and stealing been going on. Shut up. Now nothing. You know why? Because we're over here too busy worrying about this. Yeah. Don't forget don't forget the insurrection. How much money did they spend? Yeah, meetings after meetings. Yeah, insurrection. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. She put everybody off that didn't agree with her and made everybody on the committee. We're going to get you. Insurrection. What the hell happened? What was the verdict? The Russian collusion. He made them up. What happened? Stormy Daniels was the beginning of that. Full circled all the way back around to her. And then when they couldn't get her, they got somebody else. Jesus. So let me move on to the Trump-alleluia, because that's where I'm at right now. Oh, by the way, when I'm gonna go back to the collective no later on, how there are groups that have been liberals, that have been democratic in nature and everything, that are now crossing the aisle. So if they got sense enough to come over and cross the aisle, then you, Mr. and Mrs. so-called conservative Republican, you need to be doing the opposite. You need to be crossing the aisle as well. What I mean, having the conversations with other people that don't look like you, don't believe like you, don't think like you. Why? Because they're having the collective no experience too. But let's go to the Trump-alleluia. So, my friend Kimberly gave me that where I do crap-alleluia. She says, we're going to call it Trump-alleluia. Trumped up charges. In my entire existence as a human being on this planet, let me think. I'm trying to see, politically speaking, when I've seen this much hatred against one human being. Let me think. John F. Kennedy? No. Martin Luther King? No. I'm trying to think, politically speaking, when have I ever seen this much hatred and venom against one individual? We all know, if you don't know, you should know, Donald J. Trump don't need their money. What president takes office and takes, for the first year being in office, the salary of $1? There's actually a list of all his accomplishments, but they don't push that. No, nobody wants to hear that. I'm going to find it and post it. The hatred, the venom, the bile that I've seen from the opposite parties, and yea, within Republican parties too. You know, you hear anymore from Liz Cheney. She's a donor. They'd have screwed, tattooed, and everything, abused her and used her. So that's it. She's not too much she can do now. There are crooks within the party as well. It's in every party. The hatred that I have seen has been just astounding to me. And then it makes me think back. Often I say, when people win the presidency, their first words when they open the Oval doors has a very emphatic, very profound impression upon me. Those first words, Obama's first words. I'm about to transform this nation. Okay, we just like your voice. You're just handsome and you talk smooth. Well, okay. Thank you, Matthew. Then we have, don't forget, even Joe Biden, you watch when you're in the office the first 48 hours, what are you going to do? The first 72 hours in my office, when I get in that office, in that position, the first 72 hours, I'm going to make sure all these great, wonderful things, promises. And what do? He signs all of these amendments. And number 4 was making sure trans could get in your little girl's bathroom. Yeah. Nobody talks about the rapes that take place. Nobody talks about the erections that these men have on them when they're watching your little girl. Yeah. See, right now, it's not bothering you because it ain't came to a neighborhood near you. But don't worry. If they're going to college, wake up, America. Wake up. No one talks about it. So the Trump-alleluia. No one has asked anyone. I don't even hear our own representatives. What the hell happened to the verdict with the insurrection? Hours. Buku bucks of yours and mine. Hours. Committee after committee, paper working. Forget that. We went on to this other girl that he supposed to said something or offended or did something to her when she was a young girl. Now she's 77 years old, trying to collect money and trying to now do another suit on top of the suit. No offense. I don't feel that no woman should be taken advantage of. I got that. I'm with you. But you don't get to be 79 and then, excuse you. If you weathered your butt through it all at this point, I don't understand. We all know it's about the money. And she proved it was about the money when they still granted her this and she turned around suing for another area. So when they're over here, Trump did this. He's over here, did that. Don't forget that. The Russian collusion confusion. Don't forget that. Oh, yes. And then the woman he had on the airplane. Don't forget that. All while they were doing the Biden, all while they're hiding. And why are they doing? We over here. Did he do? Oh, no, he didn't, girl. I'm arguing. Families breaking up. People all upset. While they're over here jacking you up. Key in the word Hunter Biden's laptop investigation. All the so-called journalists and news. Journalism is down. You got any kids and grandchildren that's going into journalism, please, I hate to say this. I never tell kids that they shouldn't do something, but they need to really take a look at it. Journalism no longer exists the way it does before. Yes, it is. The mishmash media, it really belongs to the powers that be. Unless God is sending them in there to fight and, and to really make, okay. If they just, because it's a cute thing, I wouldn't advise it. Trump-alleluia. Everywhere they turn. I've never seen the hatred. He could easily, guys, walk away. His attorneys told him about those documents when that surfaced way back ago. And he says, well, why don't you just make a deal with him and it'll be done? He said, no. You want to spend a lot of money? I don't care. No, I'm not going to, because if I take a buyout, they'll never let me. He's right. They'll never let him. He probably figured this. They'll never let him live it down. You and I both have heard the term deep state. You've heard it. I've heard it. I thought that was a conspiracy theorist. A lot of you right now don't even know what it means. I just talked to someone very recently. They didn't know what it meant. Somebody that's been involved with all politics to some degree, very staunch conservative. Well, I never knew what the deep state meant. And it was existing all the time. The deep state, basically, they were saying that they were people, that the politicians, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, all in between, had deals going under the table all the time. They had deals going all the time. Smiling in your face, with that song there, OJ's and backstabbers, and all the time they want to take your place. Backstabbers, backstabbing, they making deals under the table. They will even argue with their opponent in front of your face to let you say, I'm for you. Yeah, we're against you. And all the time breaking it in. The deep state, another whole level of government and politicians who would already long looked and say, we'll let this go for about 8 weeks in front of the public. Then I'll cave, but then you let go, and then you cave, and then it looks like, right. So I didn't believe in a lot of that. And you know how we found out? When the cover was pulled off. Who pulled the cover off? Mr. DJ. Yeah, he did. Why? Because he was so smart? No. He's the very thing you hate, people hate him for, his poisonality. You know, God in his infinite wisdom, it just cracks me up how he takes the senseless things, he takes the wisdom of the world and confounds them. Yeah. His boy head in the china shop, attitude and poisonality. Yeah. And when I said you need to watch people when they open the Oval doors, was the first thing they said? When he won, Nancy, the reporters were out there. Help, Madam Chairman, what? I gotta find that. Nancy, Madam Chairman, what do you think about the new president? And she's hyperventilating like she's lost her finished off her last bottle of wine. She is, I don't know. All I know is that we just got to get rid of him. I went, that don't sound like a honorable, you won, thank you very much, okay, wasn't my best choice. We got to get rid of him. Why you got to get rid of him? He hasn't did anything yet. I don't understand that part. Why do you have to get rid of him? And it made me start looking and digging and turning the pages and looking more and more. And that's when I realized the reason why he needed to get rid of Mr. Donald J. Trump, because he did not play ball with him. He was not going to. He had no desire to. And he uncovered the deep state. I mean, you and I both did not know how deep it was. Very deep. And now here we are. So I asked people, because, you know, by me being a radio host, you know, on the Hill Country Patriot, and people come up to me the last moment, it's time to vote. Oh, Lorraine, who you going to vote for? And I would tell them that now I just say, listen, don't come up to me. I'm going to slap you like a silly white girl in an old Hollywood movie. I know that's a funny little thing I say, but they all love it. They all say it to each other. And I'm just, don't ask me. Don't ask me. No. Go do your own homework, Mamie. Do your homework. Look at your candidates. What are the policies you believe in? Look at who represents those policies. Stop worrying about party. All my life I've been a Democrat. Shut up. All my life I've been a Republican. Shut up. How about all your life in this country you should be an American? Get the blinders off. Nowhere in my lifetime, guys, have I seen such vile and hatred for one man than I have with Donald Trump. The way the media and everybody comes out against him. You better know that you know that you know. It's because he don't play ball. He brings his own to the table, and he's not going to get in with the deep state. That was the problem. We did not know how deep the state was till he got in office. So here's my thing to you. Okay, so I have people say to me, well, I like DeSantis. He's a nice guy, and look what he's done in Florida. And he has. Man, please. He needs to do a governor's workshop. Zoom it, please. He needs to do it, baby, please. He's got a lot accomplished. I like his personality. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's for Americans. Yes, yes, yes. I do. But when I tell you, one of my topics was, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? China is your daddy. Who's your mama? Who's your mama? Russia is my mama. Who's the illegitimate baby dad? Mexico is that baby. We got Ukraine. We have billions of dollars. The Biden family and other crooked politicians have been giving money over there to Ukraine. Why? Because you have such a pitiful heart? No. Hell to the no 17 times. That's not why. They're stashing their money over there. And when they stash their money over there, oh, they get a whole lot of it back. When they sent those, I don't know how much money over to Ukraine the first 2 times, somebody raised their little hand. Can we send an ambassador to check on how the money is being spent? Hell no. Zelensky says, no, it was not even an argument. No, we don't need anybody. You need to tell us. We don't need you watching what we're going to do with this money. How many of you, come on guys, I'm not as smart as I look and I'm definitely not as young as I act. I'm going to ask you this question. How many of you know history-wise, can you think of any country that is being bombed, torn apart, and there's nothing, people can't walk the street, infrastructure that they're going to be building while the enemy is bombing them? You just tore down the whole half the city. I'm going to build it back up. You ever know any? They usually wait till the damn war is over with and then they start building. Where is the money going to? You know, there's a scripture. It says this. A curse causeless shall not come. I know I want to get off on it. Say on my Trumpalooya. A curse causeless shall not come. When you see what's going on with, was that my dog? Bear. Just 1 second, please. Oh, Lord. Bear. Did you hear me call you? Get on back in the cage. Thought I locked my... Sometimes we let our little pooch out, and I thought I may have left him out there. So, again, history. Yeah, have you seen any country while they're being bombed, torn apart? Let me think. They are trying to build while they're being torn apart. No. And don't tell me they're using it for weapons, because we made sure Finland and other countries signed off on giving them the weapons they needed. Even when they did it undercover, but they did it. They ain't got no factories, they can't make none. Whether we have billions of dollars in to make factories so they can build weapons, tearing it down the whole doggone country. Excuse you. Stop. I hate when people play me like that. I hate when they play the Americans like this. We're smarter than this, Americans. We're smarter than this. Billions of dollars. So let's get back to Trumpalooya. So, we've got drugs being inflooded into this nation to have killed every American 3 times. Not altogether, just in a few drug busts here and there. Let me think. We've got people like Zelensky getting on a plane, coming in his pimp suit, jumpsuit, into the White House, B-slapping our president, you know what the B word, saying not only do I need such and such a blankety blank amount of money, you're going to give it to me. And guess what? Our president, without notifying anyone, gets on a plane and goes and gives it to him. Yeah, he does. So you have that. You have the world is a stage right now. America, all eyes are on us. Immigration, 1.33 million just in 2022 and part of 2023. Cross this border. Ain't going back home, Carrie. Ain't going back home, Mamie. They're not going back home. I don't care who you get in office. Listen to me. They're not going back home. They may send a few criminals here and there. Oh, you go back. Okay, now you. They're not going. No. Drugs, immigration, unbelievable. It is not an invasion. You get that many people coming and they get, listen, how many of you get $7,000 a month? Talk to me. You know your job, $7,000 a month. That's what migrants will be getting. Some are already getting that. $7,000 a month. They'll get it for about 6 months or so to get themselves on, and then they'll stop it. You know how you, right. And we got people, our veterans, which breaks my heart, sleeping on the streets. We got families sleeping in the cars. Yes, yes. This is not an invasion. This is treason. And if I could get that definition of Mr. Page's, where California, I use their definition. Yeah, that liberal state of what is treason. And basically what they're saying is aiding and abetting any one country, person, or thing that robs you of your own freedoms and your own well-being. Who that might be. So, back to the Trumpalooya. We have right now, get ready, get your popcorn, get your butter, get your beer, get your drink, because get ready. It's about to be a big show, the GOP. Everybody's mama, brother, cat, dog, rat is running. Some people's name you can't even pronounce. Don't get mad at Miss Lorraine, please. So you got all of this. I mean, as the GOP ticket, and then you got on the other side, the Democratic Party said they're not going to do a campaign. That's how stupid they think you and I are. You mean to tell me you are strangling our necks for a damn chicken at the store? We cannot barely get gas, pay our rent, and you're going to run again from the basement and then not have a debate? Oh, how stupid are we? Stop it, America. Wake up now. Back to Trumpalooya. So, my question is, this is what I propose to people. Ted Cruz, Tim Scott, and by the way, don't be offended, please, please, please. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord Jesus Christ. I go to church. I speak in tongues. I prophesy. Yeah. I got it down. I'm not flipping it off. I just want to tell you I'm there. But there will not be another black president, okay? So we need Obama. He jacked that up, and he made that. It's right. He didn't have just one term. Excuse you, Ika. He had two. And I'm still trying to figure out what the hell he did. Tell Miss Lorraine, if you can. All I remember is his words when he opened that door. I'm about to transform this nation. I thought, what? Why do we need to be transformed? What does he mean? Oh my God, a lot of people voted. He was a nice guy. His voice was so cute. Obama 2.0 to this day is people are saying that's what Joe Biden is still following. It's a book. It's a manual. It's a book. Page by page. Oh, you're dead, you're gone. Okay, pick up the book we left off on page 16, the next president. Okay, page by page. Why? Because ultimately they want one government. They don't want Democrats. They don't want that. No. They're imploding us from the inside out. Trumpalooya. So, we got Russia. We got China. People can say, pick it any moment. They can push the button. We got pink balloons spying on us. Know what they're spraying on us. Right. They bought land. What? Yes, China's buying land in America. They own land across from the Air Force Base of Lackland. Yeah, they do. We got a few congressmen who are now putting the law in effect and are putting a bill before the floor that no foreign nation can buy land over here. I wouldn't care if they're our best friends. It's our land. Trumpalooya. So let me ask you. With Russia and China doesn't want to kill us. No, they're not going to push the button because they want our stuff. You understand what I mean? You understand what I mean? If a robber is coming into a house and they want the stuff in the house, the last thing they're going to do is catch the house on fire. And then, okay, now we got it. Huh? Anybody home but me? Ding, ding. They're not going to do that. They want to keep everything intact. They just want to take their people out. Well, how do we do that? Oh, well, fentanyl, first of all, is not really made in Mexico. Well, where does it come from? Oh my God, comes from China. It's processed in Mexico. There are fentanyl labs all over Mexico. Unbelievable. And for the nerve of their president to say, we don't have a moral problem. America has a moral problem because they keep buying it. He needed to be, listen, boy, I'm telling you, I may be a small woman, but I could think of many things I'd like to do. You need a big man to whoop your butt. Whoop your butt. How dare you say that? No kind of respect. No kind of honor. None whatsoever. Trumpalooya. I'm keeping on track. I'm keeping on track. So now let's get it straight. We have who's your daddy is China, who's your mama's Russia, who's your baby, who's the illegitimate baby, that's Mexico. We have drugs taking our children out by the droves every 7 seconds, every 7 seconds, every 7 seconds. Matthew, anybody, do the math for me. I've been on since 9, 10. Every 7 seconds someone is overdosing or dying. Excuse me. So this is how you do. You want to take over a nation. You implode it from the inside out, not by destroying the structure and the infrastructure. You destroy the people and you repopulate it. You repopulate it with a whole group of people that was never there before, like we got with the open borders. And then you bring those in, and then you break down the number one thing, the family structure. You redefine what a man is. You redefine what a woman is. And you make sure that as far as population, don't procreate. Abortion has to be at an all-time high, baby. You can get it like you can get a soda, a Pepsi at the store. You make sure that abortion is available and ready and rock and rolling with you. And at the same time, the new ones that are coming, that are here, your teenagers, we're going to whack, smack, mutilate so they don't procreate. Listen, I may be colored, but I'm not crazy. I know exactly what I'm saying. I've been to 17 countries. I know what it looks like when socialism takes over. My heart breaks when I walk into banks today that's run by 15, 20 employees and I see one teller running back and forth between the front and the drive-through. You see it. Damn it, you see it. Don't tell me you don't see it. And you're going to sit back and not do nothing? Excuse you? All my life, all your life, you've been an American. We better bring that collective no. Ding, 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 wake up. No. No, says the black person. No. No, says the white person. No to this administration, says the pink, polka dot, yellow, brown, in between. No has to come from all of us. We don't have the time. So back to the Trumpalooya. Who are you going to vote for, Miss Lorraine? I wasn't telling anybody anything. I'm still not. But I am giving them this observation. I want them to think very clear. From what I just told you, and you know to be true, who would you want right now at the table doing business for you? I'll say it again. For what I just told you, and you know to be true, who would you want at the table doing business for you? Who would that be? Let me think. Out of all of that plethora of people that are running, just unbelievable. Larry Elder, whatever. Yeah. And everybody, they're going back and forth. DeSantis, Trump, DeSantis. DeSantis is a very nice guy. And I think he would be a great person to run governorships and to train people how to run their doggone states. But when I leave him at the table with China and Russia right now, I'm sorry. I'm not a trumpeter, I'm an American. Where I leave him trying to find about the deep state under the table, it takes the average president at least a year or two to find out. It's okay. It takes at least a year for whoever is in office to figure out where the crooks are. Sweeties, this is Miss Lorraine talking from her heart. We don't have that time. We don't have that time. Oh, Jesus. We don't have that kind of time. We don't. So, yes, I think DeSantis is a nice person. I just don't think that he's the man for the job right now. Wouldn't it be great? Everybody always ends up saying he could be vice president. Well, who knows? You never know. All right, so I'm closing here. Let me see. Did I leave off anything? See, I notice a lot of people are coming on, Matthew, at 9:30. Am I right? Some just popped on just now at 10 o'clock. So, I am about to, again, let me give you a little announcement. August the 10th, if you live in this area, Hill Country area, San Antonio, wherever, Miss Lorraine is going to be the speaker at the Fredericksburg Tea Party. You guys gotta come out to see me. I'm creating a little ticket with a QR code. You're gonna have to smoosh your phone across it and sign in with your name information because I want to make sure you stay alert of what else I'm gonna do. What is that? I'll be doing my up close and personal. That's in October with Miss Lorraine LeMon. America, is time to laugh, but wake up. So that's going to be a good one. I did that once, and I'm going to be doing that yearly. You're going to find out a lot of other things that I'm doing. My podcast, when it gets started, when the books, Juke Joint Girl, oh yeah, when that is done and black by popular demand, easy read series. I need prayer that I can focus and get down and get it done. And the black by popular demand is going to be really quick. 100, maybe at the most, maybe even 50, 60 pages of a little small book. 5 of them or 4 of them. Number 1, pimps, politicians, and crooked preachers. Number 2, who's really killing black people. Number 3, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Number 4, 6 easy steps how to leave the plantation. It's going to be very controversial. I am as who I am. I is who I is. So let me go to the Father in prayer and ask you guys. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, you know, guys, I do not do Nightcap at 9 on Fridays. No, why? Because I'm out partying. Oh, yeah, no. Although this is birthday month for me, I'm going somewhere every weekend, concerts and going with my friends and stuff. We're having a great time and eating. Every weekend I've been somewhere. Tomorrow I'm going to a concert. His bad saxophone player, Patrick Lamb. I'm going to hear him tomorrow. So, but in the morning, on Friday mornings, I do this thing called 5:55 Rise. 5:55 Rise. That's a.m. in the morning. I will be up. Woo, yeah, honey. My husband sometimes say, baby, you oversleeping. He come running down. Gotta get downstairs. And why is that? Because here we go. And then I pray. I get my PhD, praying heaven down. I will pray for this country. I pray for my 5 F's: faith, family, freedom, the Father's finances. Again, faith, family, freedom, the Father's, return the men. You can't make America great again till you make men again. And finances. And I think I may be adding friends very soon to that. So let's just go to the Father in prayer. Father, I thank you that you alone have chose this nation to stand the way you have put us. God, you have put us in this position. Yeah, when the enemy comes in like a flood, God, you said that you would raise a standard. I know the enemy thinks that we're going to fail, but Lord, I trust in you. I put my hope and my trust in you, God, that you saw this nation when you saw our founding fathers, young men, frame the Constitution of less government overreach and more people, we the people, by the people, for the people. They saw this day prophetically come, and here we are. I ask for your blessings. In Christ's name, amen. Listen, guys, I got to go to bed. Mr. Rain, he's a little tired. I still have my nonprofit. I don't mention it on here at all because I don't want them ever to say, oh, she mixing politics. No, I never do. Still having my nonprofit. Most of you know who it is, and it's 20 years old now. Can you believe it? I got kids who are police officers, got their own law firms, and I thought I saw the name of one on here. Today, Cheyenne, hello? Isn't that Jadiana and Charlotte? Oh, Cheyenne, I'm so proud of you. I saw your wedding pictures. Listen, God bless you all. Keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Have a good night.